Christian rationalism, spiritualist philosophy. Strengthen, enlighten, spiritualize. Incorporeal Life, 24th edition. One of the most fascinating themes, and not less controversial, is incorporeal life, which has been subject of studies and considerations by philosophers and researchers since the early ages until now. The subject, the illustrations and the respective chapters of this book have the aim of explaining and portraying concisely and objectively aspects of a more profound reality hidden from the five senses, but yet present in every action and thought. The illustrations were a result of Christian rationalism's clairvoyant medium's observations. These pictures depict not only the action of superior astral spirits within the Christian rationalists' houses and outside them, but also the influences the obsessor spirits can have over people that are unaware of the meaning of spiritual life. The knowledge herein released brings about some aspects of a more profound reality that assist us in the matter of unraveling how human interactions occur in a more complex stage, and to aid us in building a more fraternal world with basis in the understanding that we all are part of the universal intelligence.
Christian Rationalism Headquarters Board of Directors coordinated the review, updating, translation, layout and printing of this book. Printed in Brazil. All rights reserved. This book or any portion thereof may not be reproduced or used in any manner whatsoever without the express written permission of the editor. The addresses of Christian Rationalism's houses are available via phone +55 21 211 72100, international calls. Also available on Christian Rationalism website.
Christian Rationalism Headquarters, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Christian Rationalism, Science and Philosophy, not religion.
Table of Contents. To the Reader, page 9. Chapter 1, Evolution, page 12. Chapter 2, Force and Matter, page 18. Chapter 3, The Spirit, page 23. Chapter 4, Thought, page 30. Chapter 5, The Aura, page 37. Chapter 6, Mediumnity and Mediums, Physical and Psychic Phenomena, page 41. Chapter 7, Psychic Imbalance, page 52. Chapter 8, Psychic Normalization, page 62. The Illustrations, page 67. Synthesis of Christian Rationalism's Principles, page 116. Conclusion, page 118.
To the Reader. One of the most fascinating themes, and not less controversial, is incorporeal life, which has been subject of studies and considerations by philosophers and researchers since the early ages until now. Among the oeuvres published by Christian rationalism with the aim to enlighten us about who we are, and why we are in this school planet named Earth, this one prominently intends to unravel the unknown, to open new horizons about the understanding of what is transcendental. This book reveals new panorama about life beyond the organic matter, answering questions and concerns related to the aspects and people's attitudes towards the invisible. Herein the reader finds affirmation and situations of his or her knowledge, facts that may have happened to him or her, uncanny cases allotted to supernatural origins. The sobriety that is targeted in this material clearly establishes an interest in contributing, with this book, to the freeing of humanity from superstitions and dogmas, due to the awareness that the evolution only depends on oneself and on one's effort to put into practice to accomplish it. The ideas that the majority of people maintain about their own selves are, in general, of a material nature. The image they have of themselves is the one they can see in a mirror, when the reality is that this reflection is only the means that is, nothing more than a casual expression of the spirit. This comprehension does not mislead the ones who know firmly that the spirit incarnates in a human body countless times until it reaches a certain degree of evolution. Christian rationalism affirms that the universe is composed of force, or intelligent principle, and matter. The intelligent principle, which is fractioned in myriad of parcels, is designated as the creative force, great focus, or universal intelligence. Matter is the manifestation field of the intelligent principle. There are many states of matter other than the known ones: solid, liquid, and gas. The subtler states are named fluidic matter, which under the action of the universal intelligence parcel, form bodies with specific functions related to the evolutive process. Life, therefore, is the continuous action of the intelligent principle over matter. To understand it with greater amplitude, it is necessary to deeply examine it. All physical bodies have a fluidic base. The space interpenetrates them and expands beyond its physical limits, forming an involucre that clairvoyant mediums can perceive as a haze, named as aura, or auric field. The auras that encircle the physical bodies are reflexes of the permanent action of the universal intelligence. These reactions, in the case of human beings, translate the psychic and emotional states revealed to the mediumistic perception through light, sounds, smell, and images. The study of these manifestations, coupled with the knowledge of how the evolutive laws are fulfilled, especially the cause and effect law, allow us to see the way thought affects our lives. The value of thought as a powerful force of attraction of good or evil and the psychic unbalance and its causes have special highlights in this oeuvre. In order for the reader to comprehend why the disturbance waves are enveloping people who make ill use of free will and to avoid the sufferings resulting from this behavior, aura analysis is delicate work. It demands self-denial and persevering study, as the subtler dimensions of matter are inaccessible to the five senses. Research objectively done, with strictness and honesty, away from fantasies and exacerbated skepticism, demonstrates on its own if the described processes through mediumistic sensibility are authentic or due to imagination. This book emerged from the idea to demonstrate, in a simple and practical way, the hidden aspects of things. The elaboration of the first book with illustrations, with the purpose of consubstantiating the oeuvre, began in 1924. Many, among the studious and mediums, led by Luis de Matos, Christian rationalism's founder, participated of this endeavor, but its concretization only happened in 1930, with the publishing of its first edition. With material for immediate consultancy, this book contains 8 subjects transcribed from the Christian rationalism book to support the understanding of the illustrations. In 1985, for the first time, this book was translated from Portuguese into English. The current edition is available simultaneously in both languages. The English translation goal was to maintain the paragraph's fluidity and the writing style accordingly to the original book in Portuguese, within the potentials of each language. The knowledge herein released brings about some aspects of the more profound reality that assist us in the matter of unraveling how human interactions occur in a more complex stage and to aid us in building a more fraternal world with basis in the understanding that we all are part of the universal intelligence. The editor, November 2015.
Evolution. Evolution is the fundamental principle of life in the universe. In evolution lies the basis for the understanding of everything that comes to pass within and outside the reach of human perception. Whenever evolution is disregarded, there is no logical or rational explanation for existence. Evolution will always be present, always alive and active in all manifestations of life since its emergence. Evolution is perceived everywhere on Earth. It is felt in the seed that sprouts into a flower, in the tree that grows larger and bears fruits, in the human being who attends school for his or her own improvement, and in the development of the arts, literature, science, and socially productive activities. Humanity came into existence on Earth as a result of the constructive action of the intelligent principle in the many kingdoms of nature. This march towards evolution proceeds without interruption or alteration. It is just that those who are now beginning their evolution in a human body find, in our day and age, more favorable conditions for their mental development. However, one thing is certain: evolution must be accomplished at all costs. This is an imposition of the evolutive laws that rule the whole universe, that is the life in the universe in its ample and constructive aspects. These natural and immutable laws are not influenced by any pretentiousness of those who believe they can evade or nullify them. The succession of existences or multiplicity of corporeal lives of a conscious individuality, the spirit, is named reincarnation, and it is an essential condition to our own progress. Therefore, individuals should strive to give a sound orientation to their lives in order to shorten their evolutionary process. One should strive to be hardworking and progressive and turn his or her attention to the betterment of his or her own personality. Humanity's history is filled with innumerable historical marks that indicate one's long, immense evolutionary trajectory. And, because it is impossible to make that long journey in a single physical existence, many refuse to accept evolution, so that they are not compelled to acknowledge reincarnation as the means by which it is processed. If one would reflect, one would see that there is no serious opposition against the evolutive laws. Without them, every person would be at the same level of spirituality. The idea of evolution applies to the vast realm of spirituality. It coordinates and amplifies our conception of the whole universe, giving meaning to many of life's phenomena. At the beginning of the evolutionary process, all particles of the intelligent principle started with the same possibilities, and resources had identical conditions and equal latent values. Therefore, all particles developed in the same proportion until they could be classified as a spirit, which in a human body becomes endowed with free will in order to act at one's own discretion and risk. The improper use of free will delays spiritual evolution. Hence, those who have made better use of their free will evidently have made more progress in the same number of incarnations than those who are less thoughtful. Observers who really want to see will have before their eyes a picture of the evolution of the spirit on Earth. No two individuals are alike, although there are those who are similar. Everyone is promoting advancement in his or her own way and cost in accordance with the pattern of conduct adopted by each one in the course of previous incarnations over a period of thousands. This is one of the reasons that explain the great dissimilarities in mentality, disparities in feelings, and disagreements in opinion found among people. The number of incarnations lived varies among individuals, as do the benefits obtained from them and the effort made by each individual. There may be one who lost 200 incarnations as a result of a disorderly life and another who lost only 20 in a similar period. The latter is undoubtedly more advanced than the former. Hence, spiritual evolution is earned as a result of effort, will, and aspiration of progress. However, anyone is subject to life's contingencies that escape entirely demics, public calamities, and geological cataclysms. Hence, it is necessary to have empathy and to elevate one's sentiments toward our counterparts that are in unfavorable situations in any part of the planet. Since humanity is a single family that is living here temporarily to conquer its spiritual evolution, humanization should be a common theme in which cooperation and fraternization represent the elements capable of destroying animosity among people. Even if there are agitating life disturbances, individuals should think with elevation and benevolence. In school, one cannot discriminate a freshman for not knowing what a senior knows. In equal manner, the ones that are evolving on Earth by belonging to many different levels of spirituality act correspondingly to their evolutionary degree and will not go further than their own possibilities. Therefore, the ones that judge themselves as perfect in light of spirituality are mistaken. It will be of little use to close their eyes for the spiritual reality because it will be at a cost of new experiences, prolonged meditation, study, work, and knowledge earned from life's battles on Earth that one will conquer the spiritual degree missing to reach the understanding of this reality, the reality of which results from assured evidence. Spirituality and intellectuality are different qualities that one develops independently, being able to further progress in one than in the other during each existence. Both are indispensable to the evolution of the spirit and will have to be earned through effort and determination. Spiritual development requires, as intellectual progress, a complexity of aptitudes, of knowledge, of experiences that the spirit secures through the phases of the evolutive process, which includes multiple incarnations in different places. We all know that each population differs from another. These differences are even more accentuated from country to country, which one can perceive in the diverse habits, traditions, tendencies, likes, inclinations, and temperaments. In each of these humankind conglomerates, the spirit counts on determining conditions to develop faculties and attributes one feels have lapsed in comparison to the improvement achieved in others. No one has only qualities or only flaws as characteristics that belong to one's personality. The battle undertaken has, as a result, reduced imperfections and increased virtues as soon as one awakens to the evolutionary side of life. Just as a sample of individuals represents a population, their moral formation indicates a portion of the qualities and defects of this same social grouping. Thus, each one offers a greater or lesser contribution to the variation in the moral level of the population, in which one chose to evolve. Hence, the inhabitants are the ones that evolve the planet. In early ages of civilization, individuals possess a less advanced evolutionary level compared to today. The understanding and knowledge are a result of the evolution of the spirit, and a share of humanity already considers life under a quite close approximation of what is spirituality. It is lamentable that individuals transform the wide path of spiritual evolution into a narrow, rough, and winding one full of obstacles difficult to surpass. At some point, earlier or later, individuals will have to understand that humanity walks the same direction to reach the same identical end, spiritual improvement, only achieved by one's well-applied efforts, by disciplined individual work. Conquering of the knowledge through intense and permanent action. Thus, it is necessary that the reader become self-aware, learning to trust yourself and be certain of the vast resources you possess to undertake each earthly existence. Having this thought, you can synchronize yourself with the evolutionary current, in which you will make your ascension without many setbacks or sacrifices.